Hello, my name is Ivon Ambarsari. In my opinion, being an interpreter is very cool because it can convey the meaning of the message. From several articles that I have read, some of the rules are: number one, to act as a bridge for communicating idea between people who don't speak the language someone else is trying to communicate in an effective way. And the two, to facilitate communication between parties who don't speak one language. And the next, interpreter intends and concept from the native language to the target language without deleting or editing anything to the message. And then next, qualities to an interpreter needs to be successful because the most important thing is to own and understand language spoken by speakers. Has target language can listen interpreting. The biggest challenge is when someone believes me, but I always instill in myself that I replace scorns with applause. My routine is to add language and see examples of regions interpreter video from YouTube so that every day I always hunt my language and experience. Okay, the next my experience is when there are segments in class where there is learning to be an interpreter and practice with my classmates. And especially in interpreting course where I learned to be an interpreter and what steps are needed. Strategy and mindsets are needed for these roles. In my opinion, the biggest challenge lies in how well you understand and can summarize the language or find the main point of the discussions to be discussed without convoluting it so that it's easy for both parties to understand. And the next, always think that work is worship, so you must be sincere, especially when working, especially when it's calls to be an interpreter that not everyone can be. When you fall in the role of being an interpreter, you stay calm, and after that you have to evaluate again and learn again from experience. Okay, the next, especially if you have to share with people or friends who can are in the same job so that it can encourage enthusiasm for learning with diligent practice, always sharing, and a supportive environment. I felt with this job. My biggest achievement is waiting to become a reliable and well-known interpreter, especially interpreters in big events or embassies. Five places of event where you could work as an interpreter: at the police office, provincial office, embassy office, at the presidential office, and the last at the law office. Three kinds of interpretations: historical interpretations, data interpretations, and image interpretations. The next language I speak English, Indonesian, and Japanese. Technology important for this field. I think it is important, especially cell phones and important data, especially today's job that are all sufficiently sophisticated. The benefit of interpretations is a giver of opinion and subject of idea by the background of the person who does it. My goal for the next 7 years is to have a company and subordinates in interpreting work because I felt that's my previous job was not suitable for my abilities. So I chose to become an interpreter. My boss always said that it was my passion for language, so they support me to quit my old job and they also accept my decisions. Thank you.